Hogwarts is waiting and Harry is trapped in his bedroom. Let's help him escape. Welcome back to the channel, folks, the Briggs Sweethearts. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing set number 75968, number 4, Privet Drive. Now, I couldn't help myself and I had to return and build another Harry Potter set. And this is of course the house where Harry grows up with his aunt, uncle and cousin, the Dudleys. Originally, I had no intention on getting the set and adding it to my collection because at the time I was on a little bit of a Lego Harry Potter buying spree and I had to prioritize accordingly, and I didn't want to just buy every single set. And funnily enough, when I was in the shop, I never really bothered to look at the back of the box properly, and from the front it just looked like a boring house, no relationship to Hogwarts, no interesting details, so I completely dismissed it and decided that it's not going on my list and I don't care for it until, like, I think a week later, I was randomly in the shop again and somebody just left the box turned the other way, and that's when I saw all the really cool details included in the set and a bunch of Easter eggs, and at that moment I just knew I had to have it. So let this be a lesson for all of you out there that whenever you see a Lego set you might be interested in, make sure that you look at the box properly and turn it around and look at it from all sides before you actually make your decision. Don't be like me and just look at the front, don't bother looking at the back and dismiss it prematurely. For those of you who have seen the movies, you may know that this is one of the very first locations depicted in the films. So I'm very excited to get building it and check out all the Easter eggs and details inside the set. Now, before I go and start building it, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any of our new releases. Welcome back, folks. I have finished building Privet Drive and here's what it looks like. Overall, the building process was fairly simple. Nothing too complicated, no challenging techniques, all quite straightforward. However, the end result still looks very nice and it was a satisfying building experience overall. Before we get into discussing the details of the house itself, let's talk about the Ford Anglia that comes with the set. And what better way to discuss it than to compare it with the newer Ford Anglia that came out earlier this year that we also happen to have in our collection. And the first difference that you can probably see visually straight away is the color shade. The newer Ford Anglia is a much lighter blue, while this one is a much darker shade. When I put them side by side, I was pleasantly surprised how little difference there is between the two cars. They're fairly similar shape and size, with the biggest differences being the pieces used for the roof and the bonnet, and also the older version has windows at the back while the newer one doesn't. But overall, you could probably swap them out between each other for the set and you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Now, let's put these to the side for now and discuss the details that come in the house. But don't worry, we're not fully done with the Ford Anglia just yet, as it will be important for one of the play features that we will discuss very shortly. Starting off with the visuals of the front of the house, you can see there is a lovely sticker piece on the door showing quite a lot of letters being stuffed into the mailbox, and one of the culprits responsible for delivering this heap of letters is this brown owl proudly sitting on the Privet Drive sign. When we turn the set around, you can see that it is designed as a dollhouse with the majority of the details being accessed from the back. However, it is also not a full replica of the house, and therefore a lot of the rooms aren't included and depicted as part of the set. Let's take it room by room, and of course the most important one is the cupboard under the stairs where Harry spent the majority of his childhood, and you can see that on the side of the house when you open this door here. It may not seem like much, but that small broom closet created a magical universe that's loved by many. Moving on to the living room, where we see a portrait of the Dudleys, but most importantly, it includes a very fun play feature where if you twist this little knob here, you have Hogwarts letters fly out from the fireplace, like this. And of course this is done by having this hidden compartment up here where the letters are stored in order for this play feature to function. Upstairs we see Harry's bedroom, where he's been staying from the second movie onwards. This room is filled with a number of interesting Easter eggs, such as a copy of the Daily Prophet, which is unfortunately not moving, a portrait of Harry's parents, and a fun little sticker depicting the school's crest and the house banner. This room also includes a play feature where you can connect the Ford Anglia with a chain, and then if I go like this, the whole Windows barricade just comes off. For those of you avid fans of the movies, this was of course referencing the scene from Chamber of Secrets when Harry was barred up in his bedroom and Ron and the twins came to his rescue. Speaking of Ron, let's discuss the minifigures included with this set, and surprisingly enough, we get quite a lot of them given that it is quite a small set and a small piece count. Overall, we get 6 minifigures and 2 animals. For the animals, we have this lovely brown owl sitting on the sign that I mentioned earlier, and we get Hedwig herself. Moving on to the minifigures, we've got Harry Potter, we have Dobby, and we also have a cake included, which is a reference to the scene in the Chamber of Secrets when Dobby drops a cake during a dinner party, ruining Uncle Vernon's business deal. Next, we have Uncle Vernon himself, his wife Petunia, their son Dudley, and of course Ron, who heroically came to Harry's rescue. This is possibly the only way that you can get minifigures of the Dudley family, as they generally don't appear in any other Harry Potter sets. But for those of you who are interested, unfortunately this particular set is now retired, so you would have to either get it on the second-hand market, or you may have to wait and see if Lego eventually do a rendition of this house again, and you might be able to get the minifigures that way. I want to just give a shout out to Petunia's jacket, as it is a really nice floral pattern, and I think it might be a unique enough minifigure piece as I've never seen it anywhere else. As I said, this isn't the most accurate replica of the house and only includes a limited number of rooms. I think what would have been cool if Lego also included the kitchen, as a couple of scenes happened in there and it would have been cool to see different details of that. But that of course would have just made the house bigger and probably more expensive, so they kind of had to pick and choose the more interesting ones. But hopefully sometime in the future they might remake it and make a more improved and evolved version of it, and might include the kitchen, so we'll just have to wait and see. Overall, I had a great time building this set and it was a fun experience, and visually it turned out great. I would also like to address some of the criticisms that I've seen online about this set while looking at other reviews. And one of the main negative themes that I came across was that this set is referencing 2 different movies, being the first and the second one. And personally, I don't really understand why people are seeing it as a negative, because personally, I see it as a positive thing. It gives you an opportunity to create both the letter scene and the escape scene from the second movie, and I think if you were to remove one or the other, that would just get rid of the play feature and make the set way more plain and not as interesting at all. So I completely disagree with that criticism, and I don't really understand where it's coming from. You have to remember that there is a high possibility that this 4 Privet Drive set is a one and done, and we're not likely to see another version of it for at least 5 years, if ever. Therefore, Lego took the opportunity to make sure that they pack the set with as many details as possible and give you the option to recreate 2 very iconic scenes. I would much rather have the ability to recreate both movies than to get rid of the really fun letters play feature and have a plain door instead, so that you can have the authentic Lego set to the second movie. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel while you're at it. Let me know down in the comments if you have the set in your collection and what your overall thoughts of it are. If you're interested in more Harry Potter Lego content, we do have a Harry Potter playlist, so make sure to check it out. And make sure to tune back in with us, as the next Harry Potter set I'm going to be building is 12th Grimmauld Place. So until next time, take care folks.